मेरे प्यारे फार्मेसी के साथीदारों, वेलकम टू कलर फार्मा। आज हम गुजरात पब्लिक सर्विस कमिश्नर्स ने ली हुई असिस्टेंट कमिश्नर फूड एंड ड्रग के पेपर के सॉल्यूशंस के बारे में देखने वाले हैं। पर उसके पहले जो मेरे नए साथीदार आए हैं उसको गुजारिश है कि आप इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए और ये बेल आइकॉन भी प्रेस कर दीजिए ताकि मैं जब नया वीडियो अपलोड करूं आपके तक वो जल्द से जल्द पहुंच पाए। देखते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 1। Which is the most economical granulation process in terms of time, labor and equipment? Slugging, wet granulation, dry granulations, none of the above. So the best method is dry granulations. Second question, excessive moisture present in tablet granules is responsible for capping, lamination, sticking, all the above. The main problem due to excessive moisture is sticking. One of the following equation is used to predict the stability of drug product at room temperature from experiments carried out at accelerated temperature. Stokes equation, Arrhenius equation, Young equation, Michaelis-Menten equations. So इसमें से Arrhenius equation is most probable answer. Which of the capsule size has the smallest capacity? 5, 3, 0, 000. So the correct one is 5. What contact angle for complete wetting is? 180, 90, 60 or 0 degree. So the right answer is 0 degree. For the preparation of primary emulsion containing volatile oil, the ratio of volatile oil, water, gum is ratio 2:2:1, ratio 1:1:2, ratio 2:1:2, ratio 4:1:2. The correct answer is ratio 2:2:1. Creep test is used to analyze the viscoelastic properties of emulsion, lotion, ऑइंटमेंट और सस्पेंशन। सो इस सब में से विस्कोइलास्टिक प्रॉपर्टी ऑइंटमेंट में आएगी। सोडियम थायोसल्फेट इज एडेड टू आई ड्रॉप एज अ बफरिंग एजेंट, एंटीऑक्सीडेंट, रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट, स्टेबलाइजिंग एजेंट। द करेक्ट वन इज एंटीऑक्सीडेंट। व्हाट इज द रेंज ऑफ एंगल ऑफ repose for excellent flowing property of powder? 25 to 30, 31 to 35, above 50, below 20. So correct one is 25 to 30. Quilter counter method is used to determine particle interaction, viscosity, particle number, particle size. The Quilter counter is used for particle size determinations. Porosity is expressed in percentage, millimeter, gram per meter, millimeter or newtons. The correct is percentage is expression of porosity. Chemically, SPAN are called as a sorbitan ester of fatty acid, alcohol PEG ester, fatty acid of PEG ester, polyoxyethylene sorbitan ester. The correct one is sorbitan ester of fatty acids. Which one of the following physical property is not a rheological property? Body and slip, spreadability, surface tension, viscosity. Viscosity is not the physical properties of rheology. A maximum sedimentation rate will be observed when zeta potential is positive, negative, 0, none of the above. So correct one is 0. Which of the following is not a derived property of the powder? Porosity, angle of repose, density, average size. So average size is not derived from anywhere. In a conductivity test, if the bulb glows on passing electric current, what would be the type of emulsion? Water in oil, oil in water, oil in water in oil, micro emulsion. So the correct one is oil in water emulsion. Osmotic pressure of a substance is a colligative property, additive property, constitutive property, none of the above. So correct one is, it's a colligative property. Aromatic water are unsaturated solutions of volatile oil in water, saturated solution of non-volatile oil in water, saturated solution of volatile oil in water. None of the above. So saturated solution of volatile oil in water. Caking of the suspension is observed in flocculated suspension, deflocculated suspension, partially flocculated suspension, none of the above. So it is correctly, none is deflocculated suspension. The solubility of drug in water is increased in the presence of large amount of water soluble additives because of complexation, co-solvency, solubility, solubilization, or hydrotrophy. So the correct one is hydrotrophy. If the red blood cells are placed in hypotonic solution, they will shrink, they will share, the rupture remain unchanged. So that will be a swell. The alcoholic concentrations of a spirit is blank than the aromatic water. Less, almost equal, more, or none of the above. So it is more, because spirit alcohol has a maximum concentration of alcohol. In CGMP, subpart G is related to the packaging and labeling control, laboratory control, records and reports, holding and distributions. The correct one is packing and labeling control. The Cmax in plasma concentration versus time curve indicate a rate of absorption is equal to rate of eliminations, complete absorption of the drug, beginning of a drug excretion, saturation of a metabolizing enzyme. So it is almost rate of absorption is equal to rate of eliminations. Mottling in tablet means inadequate spreading of coating solution, partially or complete separation of bottom portion of the tablets, unequal distribution of color on a tablet, formation of dull film due to excessive humidity. So we can say it is unequal distribution of color on tablet. The ratio of rate of urinary excretion to the plasma drug concentration is a clearance, renal clearance, hepatic clearance, non-renal clearance. So it is a renal clearance. The formulation that contain same therapeutic active ingredient and elicit identical pharmacological effect are said to be chemically equivalent, biologically equivalent, therapeutically equivalent, pharmaceutically equivalent. So these are almost therapeutically equivalent. Following is not used as a measure of flow property of powder: compressibility index, Hausner ratio, angle of repose, bulk density. So angle of repose is not, bulk density is not used as to measure the flow property of powder. Which equation is related to the air permeability method? Kozny-Kármán equation, Batt equation, Kelvin equation, Stokes equation. So the correct one is Kozny-Kármán equations. Wetting agent has HLB value between 1 to 3, 3 to 6, 7 to 9, 8 to 18. So 7 to 9 is a HLB value for the wetting agents. Zeta potential is used in colloids for the determining the particle size, particle shape, stability of dispersion, thickness of colloids. So it is used for the stability of dispersion. Which kind of drugs are absorbed to the endocytosis? Molecular weight ranging 100 to 400 Dalton, water soluble drugs, macromolecule drug, or drug as an oily droplet, polar drug. So the correct one is macromolecular drugs or drugs as oily droplets. What is the driving force of pore convection? Transport: hydrostatic pressure, concentration gradient, electrochemical gradient, charge equilibrium. So the correct one is hydrostatic pressure. Which of the following process is called cell drinking? Pinocytosis, phagocytosis, convective transport, active transport. So correct one is pinocytosis. Which bonds participate in a drug receptor interactions? Ionic bond, hydrogen bond, covalent bond, all of the above. So correct one is all of the above. What is the equation of bioavailability fraction or bioavailable fraction? 1 divided by bioavailable dose, 1 divided by administered dose, bioavailable dose divided by administered dose divided by bioavailable dose. So correct one is C, bioavailable dose divided by administered dose. The minimum urinary sampling time for the calculation of various pharmacokinetic parameter in compartment model using a sigma minus method. 2 times of biological half-life of the drug, 3 times of biological half-life of the drug, 5 times of the biological half-life of the drug, 7 times of the biological half-life of the drug. So correct one is 7 times of biological half-life of the drug. The metric equivalent value of 1 teaspoonful is 4 ml, 8 ml, 10 ml or 15 ml. So correct one is 4 ml. Which of the following statement is incorrect about UV filter used in sunscreen cosmetic? They absorb UV radiations. They scattered UV radiations. They may be organic or inorganic. None of the above. So none of the above because they can absorb or scattered also and organic and inorganic. Which property of the material change upon the polymorphic conversion? Wettability, compressibility, crystal shape, all of the above. So all of the above is the correct answer. Any material that is inserted in a cap to make a seal between the closure and the container is termed as a roll-on closure, proof closure, closure liner, all of the above. So the correct answer is closure liner. Material or device used to prevent double impression on a tablet surface is a silica, chromium plated punch, rotational device or anti-turning device. So anti-turning device are used. According to USP, how much excess mobile liquid is to be filled in a 5 ml injection so as to withdraw accurately labeled liquid? So for 5 ml injection, it's about 0.3 ml. The gastric emptying of the hot meal will be normal, faster, slower or erratic. So it is slower. Peak plasma concentration of a drug is achieved when absorption rate is higher than eliminations, elimination rate is higher than absorption, absorption rate is equal to elimination rate, metabolism is greater than elimination of the drug. So the correct one is absorption rate is equal to elimination rate. Interface does not exist between or is not possible between gas and gas, gas and liquid. So liquid and liquid, solid and liquid. So correct one is gas and gas. The GIT absorption of riboflavin is more if it is taken in fasting state, after meal, after exercise, none of the above. So the absorption will be higher, faster when it's in after meal. Which form of ampicillin is absorbed quickly? Anhydrous, dihydrate, trihydrate, none of the above. So anhydrous form is quickly absorbed. Helium pacnometer is used to determine the size, true density, sedimentation rate, surface area. So it is used to determine the true density. Which sugar is more sweet? Sucrose, dextrose, invert sugar or none of the above? So the correct one is invert sugar. तो ये हमारा पहला लेक्चर था जो गुजरात सरकार की जीपीएससी ने लिया हुआ असिस्टेंट कमिश्नर का पेपर का सॉल्यूशंस। दूसरा वीडियो भी मैं डालता ही रहूंगा। अगर आपको ये अच्छा लगे तो यू कैन लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल और थैंक यू फॉर योर काइंड अटेंशन।